Yeah, I can't see you, but I can. Yeah, I can see you, actually. In here. I can see you in here. It's Friday, the 19th of June. Today is my brother Patrick's birthday, my younger brother. So we'll be celebrating somehow with him today, maybe. Today is also the day that that piece of shit Trump thinks he made famous. It's Juneteenth. The black people have been known about Juneteenth forever. Stinking scum. So, how did my show go last night? Well, I heard from one person here on YouTube on my last video that said they watched. I've gotten quite a bit of feedback on Facebook, including a beautiful short video. Thank you, Secka Funk Van. I woke up this morning and that's what I saw. First thing I saw on my page was the video you took of your daughters. That's wonderful. It appears that they spontaneously started to dance on the piece that it just naturally feels like a children's dance to me. So wonderful. The entire experience was fantastic. And it will be online on Vimeo on the Bemis site. When they have it up, I will post a link. It went well. There really were no technical glitches. There was some feedback on the mics a little bit. I basically just presented the music. The few times that I tried to play, sure enough, I hit some bum notes because I use the keyboard to write. I'm not a keyboardist. I forget. Excuse me. I noticed the staff who were present running the cameras and the video work, and there was also the curator was on site. And several times through the night, I caught them dancing, tapping their feet. I'm really glad I had the opportunity to do this, and I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I played my music, and I presented a message, the same message that I've been putting out here long before we had George Floyd killed. I've been talking about racism and injustice pretty much since I decided to just start talking, which has been years. And that's what I did last night and presented it with the music. It felt powerful. The stills, there's a couple of screenshots that people have shared with me. It looks powerful. It's like, wow, that came off. So check it out, people. And I'm just real happy and really encouraged. Really glad that I got to share this music, and like I said, the immediate feedback that I've gotten from friends and folks who watched is, I already knew the music's good, but I'm glad that more people are hearing it now. So glad about that. So happy about that. The piece that the kids started to dance to is this one, since I've got it up. Can you hear it? Really cool in your video. Your daughters are beautiful, but their natural response to the music means the world to me. That's the part I think that really got them going, was when the beat really hit in good. And it's a simple melody. I'm not sure what I was thinking of when I wrote it, That's why I say I let the music come through, you know, just let the music come through. I mostly want to just vibe on the feeling that it was really hard to sleep last night. Probably didn't really sleep well, so hope to catch up. But the other nice thing is that I already have another gig. I have another remote gig, July 2nd at Slowdown. Already, I'm not even trying. That part I really like. It's like I'm just going with the flow here. I'm not trying to do anything, I'm just trying to live. But what I'm doing is resonating. As well it should. Because I know my aim is true. And my concern is for the greater good. As opposed to people like the current president who's just concerned about his own little petty ego and looking good and trying to make sure that he plays to his base so that he can, thinking that he's going to win again. People, we've got to not let that happen. I'm serious. Good people. We cannot let that happen. Not much else to share with you because I spent yesterday focused on my show. I did play one. Did I play more than one? Oh, look. I know this one I remember because it was like, woo. This is so intense. So you know we just lost Keith Tippett. British musician, pianist, magnificent artist. So I played this. Martin Archer, if you happen to see this, good on you for getting this reissued. The Unlonely Rain Dancer. This originally came out many, many years ago. And it's solo piano. And here's the deal. Here's how you know you're dealing with a consummate real artist. Is when they do solo work and it remains engaging. This is intense and it's exploratory and it's soulful. Keith Tippett really was deep, and I always dug him. He wasn't a Johnny-come-lately to me. When I first heard Keith Tippett, I noticed I had already heard Cecil Taylor. So I recognized that about his playing right away. Not sure what I heard by him first, but it was something jazzy. Leastways, the first time I knew I heard him. He's done so much studio work that I've still got records that he's on that I probably don't realize he's on. So that was a wonderful listen yesterday. Talked to Egypt some more yesterday. She's staying in Omaha a little bit longer before she goes back to Jamaica. Pick this up, folks. This is going to be a collector's item. Egypt on Tough Gong. Me in Egypt on Tough Gong. Bob Marley's label, y'all. Get this. Get this. Don't mess around. You're not going to be around. I'm just going to check and see if I did play. Well, yeah. Once more, The Fading Beauty. I played it again yesterday, and it's like, wow. It's kind of a lumbering beast. It's really pretty cool, actually. It's really good. Reading the book about prog rock in Britain. Loving the book. I'm almost done with it. Sure enough, I know that history, even though I'm not English. And I know all these bands. Every band that they mention specifically, I have records by. Some of the little side projects or little things that didn't pan out that led up to those groups, that some of them didn't record well, I don't have those. But did I already know about a lot of those groups and their history? I do. This music is my life. I love it. So, Robert Wyatt, I was reading the Robert Wyatt Soft Machine chapters, and so I pulled Matching Mole. Bill McCormick from the band, it was neat to hear the story about how he was just a kid who would basically, hang out at the Wyatts because it was the cool place to hang out. And then next thing you know, years later, he's playing with Robert. Bill's a friend of mine on Facebook. This is a neat and wonderful album, a reissue, 70s reissue. It's melancholy, the first side. He had broken up with his girlfriend, Carolyn Coon. possibly the mother of his kids. Maybe, I don't know. I know he had some kids back then already. This is lovely. Machine Moore. That's French for soft machine. And that is all that I played yesterday. And is there anything else down here that I really haven't shared with you? I think well, yeah, there is, actually. Okay, so let's go back to Finland. This is a Finnish band that I have read about for years, but never really heard really well. I downloaded some of their music, but downloading ain't the same as playing records. So I finally picked up a Tabula Rasa album. Higgins Tansi. I love that artwork. And it's interesting, there's a similarity in the sound to Wigwam. It's almost like there's a Finnish rock sound. More than likely, I would venture it has to do with the fact that Wigwam was well known, or I think they were well known, and so their sound was influential. I really like this. There's a lot of this that's instrumental, which I'm really happy about because I like the way the tunes move melodically. They sing in their language, so I don't know what they're singing about. But reading the story, it sounds like a lot of these guys became Christians. And at that time, it makes sense if you were a young person trying to get your head together, or you cared that at some point spirituality, and the first avenue we have to spirituality in society is religion, it makes sense that you would go that way. I sense that in the music, that these are good people. They're caring people. This is really good. Tabula Rasa. I've got another one here here's one that I saw online that I didn't know about from Canada. Someone posted it, and then I saw that it was a reissue. And I said, I'm going to check it out because I like the cover. And, ooh, this is good. Ungava. Apparently, Canada has been having an amazing music history all along. All we ever hear about is Neil Young and Rush and Joni Mitchell. And, well, we hear about a lot of people, but Canada's prog musicians are some of the best in the world. Ungava. I had never heard of this, and I try to hear about stuff. So return to analog. This is really good. Very good. Yes, lots of guitar, but the entire ensemble, including the singing, is strong, and I like that label too. Psychofunk, you were saying that this looked interesting to you, or you liked the label. I recommend this. It's really strong. It's real good. Both sides. Really strong. Real strong. Something else I got that I used to have an original of, and I do regret selling it, but I went ahead and got this reissue of it. It's got the shittiest cover. It's so kitschy, it's kind of cool. Stephen Maxwell Von Braun, the guy behind Cybotron. Monster Planet. On the Clear Light of Jupiter. I mean, this is a reissue, but that label, when I first heard about this album, I heard about it through a friend, Wes Van Ness, who was someone I got introduced to right out of high school, had an utterly amazing cosmic music record collection. He had a copy of this and other stuff, and he was way into this, and he would put on a light show in his apartment when he played this. He didn't do drugs. Never did drugs. He's a freak. This is scary. That's how intense it is, and it pulls no punches. It wants your attention. It's raw, electronic with the sax and Monster Planet being yelled at you. Wow. Crap cover in my opinion. Look at those boots. This is intense. Monster Planet by Steve Maxwell Von Braun. Do you know about it? It's one I regret selling. I do regret selling it. I think that's all, yeah. Yo, wow. I've been good to myself. I have been good to myself. I bought a bunch of records. I have bought a bunch of records since COVID hit. I realized I haven't shown you there's a lot I haven't shown you, like this one. I broke down and bought this. Dave Greenslade's Cactus Choir, the guy behind the band Greenslade. He was in Coliseum before that. Yes, that's a Roger Dean cover, the guy who did all the Yes and the Greenslade covers. This is good. This is good. It's got that tunefulness. It's got that... That's what I like about good, what they call prog or prog-oriented music, is the tunefulness. The way that people try and find melody, not based on blues or just real... Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Colorful and interesting. And a lot of these melodies probably have different origins in history, folk, etc., but I love it. And this album, Cactus Choir, is very good. Very good. So that's what I want to share today, folks. Again, I'm very happy about the show. I've got t-shirts. Anybody want to wear my t-shirt? I've got this one. I've still got sound waves. I've got some. Wear me. Some people do. I'm just going to sign off here and go see what's happening in the world. I will say it again. Normal is the old normal that we had is gone. And the part of the normal that was really good to white people only needs to be gone. If there's a new normal, it needs to include me and everybody else on the same playing field as these people who are realizing that they're losing their advantage. And it's an unfair advantage. They didn't deserve it in the first fucking place. But things are changed for the rest of my life. I can see that. The way that things ran last year, it won't be like that next year, people. I know a lot of you folks just are really unrealistically expecting things to just pop back. Everything's falling apart. So that's what we have to do, is get through falling apart and trying to patch something together for our children. Because our asses are hanging out bad now. And that sad, pathetic, sick psychopath that is in the presidency is just pushing the pedal to the floor of sick behavior. Every time you turn around, it's something wrong, hateful, and basically Nazi about the son of a bitch. Happy Juneteenth. I made it famous. Fuck him. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Hoo-wee. God damn.